it with anyone, and we have seen people selling the content for what to say, at unwanted prices and other things. And most importantly, you are giving a room for the scamsters to thrive. Please do not do that. My sincere request. And in case if that happens, then I may needed to restrict the access in the future, which I may not be able to provide to all of you. Okay, and if I found anyone who's violating the policies, then we may remove you from the group as well. Please. Okay, so with that being said, okay, thanks everyone. Yes, I had 1 week of a lot of fun, and most importantly, it's an exciting fun, like in something which you dream in your childhood, and when you get to see them in live action, and that too like in close quarters, that's like in a different feel altogether. Okay, so that's the reason I keep insisting people, please dream big. You will definitely see one day those dreams getting fulfilled or come true as well. Okay, so that being said, what is the market and what the market is doing currently? I know many of you have been having some tough times in terms of understanding where the market is and how it has been doing and so on. But I'll just give you like what are the things which has been happening so that you can think about and then taking it. Okay, so this is where it is now. In terms of if you look at the markets, currently the market is clearly positioned for like in a downhill. Why? There are two or three things which has been happening. Like over the weekend, there were not much good news. In spite of all the bull run which has been happening, two of the biggest stocks, one is Reliance, another one is HDFC Bank. These two guys have not been able to perform the way they needed to do it, and now with all the things which has been getting into the news, with the margins going to be getting eroded for the HDFC with the merger and other things, that's not looking good over the weekend. So that's the reason what has happened with HDFC is it has fallen close to 3 or 4% in the morning itself, and it has been on a continuous selling pressure. So once HDFC puts pressure, you can look at it. Out of the Bank Nifty fall of 400 points, 467 is gain contributed by HDFC alone. So someone like Axis and ICICI, they are using those banks to minimize the fall, but they will not be able to give you maximum support because HDFC is the biggest index heavyweight. So naturally, anything which is happening in HDFC will have a huge impact for the Bank Nifty itself. That's the reason we are getting to see a big fall happening in the Bank Nifty. And if you look at the 15 minutes or hourly also, they've been falling pretty big. Okay, so all the banks have started to fall in the last 15 minutes, which is a sign that Bank Nifty is slowly but steadily. It is not going to be an index which is going to be giving you positive returns, at least for now. Okay, only concern, someone who would have been looking at this chart in the morning, whatever the learnings which you guys have learned so far, in the opening minutes, if you'd have seen the market trading below the RSI of more than 20, you can clearly see RSI went to close to 10 or 12 odd levels. From there, the bounce started. That's the reason we are not seeing further selling pressure coming in the morning. So whenever the RSI is going below the 20 mark, you can clearly see the selling pressure coming in, and then buying pressure, and then the buying up to like an almost it took the RSI went to close to 20, 30 odd levels. Again, the selling pressure started in. They are almost literally in the verge of making a new low. But what has happened in between? So you can clearly see from a low of 45 650 went to 45 7 800 and 850 odd levels. Again back to 45 660 odd levels. 200 point is the move which has been happening. But like in people who would have carried the overnight position, yes, you would have enjoyed it. People who would have taken a position in the morning, if your stop loss is less than 200 points, then you would have got yourself triggered. Now they are slowly but steadily taking it home. Only problem here is, though they have been taking it, you might get to see sudden movements happening here and there. Okay, that is something which I would want you to be very careful. Now, what is this particular candle is it going to be indicating to me? When you see the super trend and WME piercing the like in a VWAP, this is your VWAP, this is your super trend, this is your WME. All three getting pierced together with the volume more than 50 to 100K. Like in for Bank Nifty, I would expect 50K, and for one Nifty, I would expect 125K. If that happens with the fall, then that would be called as a golden crossover. Okay, as of now, This is almost typically a golden crossover. The only challenge here is the volumes were not there. Okay, the volumes are not there. If the volumes would have been there, this is, I would ideally call it as a typical golden crossover. So usually what happens when the golden crossover occurs? Whenever the golden crossover occurs, you will see a. Okay, how many of you are not able to see my screen, guys? I think everybody is able to see my screen. Please check it on your end. Okay, great. Check your internet on your end, guys, please. Whoever is not able to view it, please check it on your internet. Now, as I'm telling you, when this golden crossover occurs, what is the importance? With the volume, if the golden crossover occurs, we will normally see a further move of close to 200 to 300 point happening in the Bank Nifty. If it is Nifty, it will be around 50 to 100 odd points. Okay, so at this juncture, if you ask me whether this is a golden crossover, ideally it should have been a golden crossover if the volume would have been there. Unfortunately, it is not the case. So any bounce happening here, I would again use that as an opportunity to sell. So before we move on, we will just check the data once, how the premiums and everything is looking like. So this is your day data. Initially, it was a short build-up. Now the longs have started to unwind their position. So clearly, the market is saying, Shiva, like there are no fresh buying which has been emerging, and everybody wanted to use this opportunity to exit. So you guys know the four quadrants which we explained. What are the four quadrants? Long build-up, short covering, and long unwinding. First, once the short build-up came in, the longs are saying, I think the shorts are coming into the system big time. Let me exit my long position. Let me exit my long position. So they are unwinding it. In a short build-up, you will see the OI going up, price going down. In long unwinding, both price and OI will go down. So you can see 83 points going down and 29,000. That means someone who would have created the position, they are taking it out. Now, coming into the chart, if you look at the option chain page, all of them have been giving like a more than 200 to 300% move compared to the previous day. So someone who would have bought 46,000 put day before yesterday, he would be richer by 250% today, because it has it has closed on 137. Now it is currently trading at 484. Okay, so you would be richer by 300 odd percent by this day. Now, moving on. At this juncture, Shiva, what should be my game of action? Looking at the trending OI data, they have started adding more positions on the call side compared to the put side. In between, they started adding it, but now the game is getting very clear. What is the game? You can clearly see a big gap. Morning something which was around 1 crore, 1 crore, 1.2 crore. Now the gap is getting widened to 2.2 crore. This is ideally a trending day will look like. So what are the things which I would like to see on a trending day? First and foremost, in the morning itself, we will get to see the OI getting built up on one side massively, and then the OI is not getting added much on the other side. That now again getting into a tick mark. By 10:15, we are getting this point clear that the market is trying to make a low. Now, though they have made a day high, since it is a huge gap down, they needed to make a day low. When I say day low, just see this chart. This is your opening candle. Since it is in a large wick here, this particular low has to be broken. Can you see what the market is trying to do? They are almost heading towards that area. So once this is getting breached, okay, this day low is getting breached, what you will next to see is every hour they needed to make a fresh low. For a trending day to know that usually what the market does is once the day low in the first hour is getting broken by 10:15, 10:30, they will make a new low every hour. Okay, that is a sign of a trending day. Why they needed to make it? That is something which I will be explaining you today along with the concepts. Why the day low is important, why they needed to make a fresh day's low every hour. That will give one complete control for the bulls or the bears. If someone is taking the market higher every hour, that means bulls are stronger. If they are taking it lower every hour, that means the bears are getting stronger. Okay, so that is something which we needed to be keep on moving in. Rema, please check your audio on your end because everything is working fine. Please check it. Okay, so that's something which we needed to check it. So the interesting note as of now is the market is trading at 45,574 and 45,800 would be the ideal bet. You can clearly see they were just playing around that VWAP territory till around 10 o'clock, around 180 to 200. Now, once they moved, it is like a massive move which has been happening. So, ideally, what is the scenario here? Shiva, will you be able to take a trade? Yes, we should be able to take a trade provided RSI is not getting anywhere near to that 20 to 25 odd zone. So in today's session, we will be looking at, we have covered some of the aspects like the Dow futures, the India VIX, the OI spurts, and then the OI spurts is something which we will continue along with it, the IV data. So all of these factors which we will be covering today. Now, what is this OI spurts in four quadrants which we saw? We saw four quadrants. One is long buildup, one is short buildup, one is short covering, fourth one is long unwinding. What did I say if I needed to be bullish or bearish on a particular direction? Rise in OI, rise in price. That means you should see both the price and the OI should be rising from the previous day's close. And if it has met my requirement of more than 50% increase in OI, 50% increase in price, then it is called as buyer's paradise. But unfortunately, I wanted it to be after 9:30, 10. But in the morning itself, we are getting that clue. What is the clue here? If you look at this at the money strike, 200% increase in OI, 300% increase in price. I wanted only 50%, but I have got more than 300%. So what is the clue here? Is the market is giving me a sign that yes, Shiva, you needed to be there on the put side as a buyer? Absolutely yes. I'll just show you the OI spurts data which is available here. You can clearly see all the puts are the ones which is there in the long build-up category. Long build-up means I'm expecting that particular direction to give me a reward if I'm buying it. Okay, so that's a reason it is called as long build-up, and you can clearly see all the strikes here. But what are the strikes which you're seeing here? Mostly these are all, some of them are OTM strikes. When I say OTM, market is trading at 45,600 odd levels. These are 45,400, 45,000, 45,300, 45,200, 45,100. The only strike which is in the money and at the money strike is 45,500 and 45,600. In this scenario, which is the best strike to look at? Normally, when I choose a strike, I normally go for the delta of 0. 0.6, 0. 0.7, 0.8. If it is on Friday or like in a Thursday, say for example, the bank nifty expiry has moved to Wednesday, right? If it is a Thursday or a Friday, that is beginning of the series, we can look at the delta of 0. 0.5, 0. 0.6 as the day progresses, as it is nearing to the expiry, go for strikes which is at the money or in the money, which is having a delta of 0. 0.7, 0. 0.8. In this scenario, just go and look at the delta of 45,600 and 45,500. I'll just show you that. So what is the delta which is shown here? 0. 0.5, 0. 0.6, 0. 0.7, 0.8. Considering it's an expiry, what is the safe play to do is 0.75 and above is the safe play. But plus or minus 1 or 2 points is fine. 45,900 and 46,000 would be the best bet. In this scenario, what is the price at which it is trading? 396. Shiva, why are you looking at the strikes which is having a delta of more than 0. 0.7, 0. 0.8? I'll just show you the premium chart, which will help you a clue. If you look at it, all the call strikes are trading in a discount, whereas the put strikes are trading in a premium. Normally, when there is a huge premium available on a particular side, the sellers will be active on that side as well. Okay, the sellers will be active. Why? On the call side, even if I sell something, I'm not going to be making any money. Okay, unless and until the index falls, the call side, you are not going to make any money. On the other side, though the index, even if the index closes exactly at this particular area, on 45,500 and 45,600, I have close to 90 rupee premium here, 120 rupee premium here. So as a seller, I would be looking to sell a product which is there in the premium rather than selling a product which is there in the discount. Again, I repeat, if a product is already in discount, imagine the cost of manufacturing a product is 100 rupees and it is available in the market at 60. Will you go and sell the product? Will you be able to make money? Because the cost of the product itself 100 and already it has been sold by someone else. That means someone has brought it like the same scenario with the mentoring, right? Someone has brought the mentoring at 10,000 rupees and then someone selling it for 1,000 rupees. Do you think you will be able to make some value out of it? No way. If you're selling that, then you will be also under a loss. That's the similar way. Whoever is going to be selling a call today, they will not be able to make much money. So, what they will try to do? They will try to move the index up so that they will be able to eat the premiums which is there on the put side. That's the reason it is going to be a tricky one. Someone who is entering into the market without knowing the premium levels. If you are seeing a particular side trading in a premium, okay, and in a heavy premium, and the opposite side is trading in a discount, please be careful. You can expect a sudden reversals to happen. Okay, it will show the sudden reversal. People who are not able to see the delta in your option chain page, guys, just see the column setting on the top right. Click on that. We have given an option to choose which are the fields you wanted it. Choose the field delta and then give save selection OK. And then OK, you will be able to see the delta field. Guys, just ignore the people who have been doing the scams and other things. Please be careful. Do not hand over any of your money to anyone. If even if someone says, like, and Shiva told me to handle your money and other things, I do not authorize anyone, nor I do not provide any tips or anything. And please, please do not lose your hard-earned money giving it to someone. That is my sincere request. Please, please take care of it. Now, on the long build-up side. In terms of the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, now I know buyers are there on this particular direction. So if the buyers are there on the put side, where the sellers should be today, where the sellers should be. Sellers should be on the call side. For them to be on the call side, what are the parameters we needed to see? 50% increase in OI, 50% decrease in price, that will be seller's paradise, which is nothing but Q2 or a short build up. Can we see it? Can you see like an almost all the prices in the money, at the money, OTM, everything is falling more than that, more than 50%. And in terms of the OI change, I wanted only 50% change. What has happened here? More than 50, 500,000, 2,000, 5,000% and all is there. So clearly there is a heavy, heavy move which has been identified and shown here that the call buyers will be not rewarded, whereas the put buyers will be rewarded and call sellers will be rewarded. Now, when you know there is a clear demarcation happened between call and the put, this is the best side to do it. In this scenario, what I would ideally do, look for every rise towards this particular area and then sell it. Here, one more catch point. As I told you, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the morning, once you're getting a 50% move in the initial period itself, we needed to be very careful. If it is a big gap down or a big gap up, it is going to be already giving you the parameters fulfilled. Please do not blindly enter. Wait until the RSI and other things also follow you. If you'd have seen sometime back, okay, if you'd have seen sometime back, I'll just show you the example also now. Can you see the percentages now? 80, just look at the percentages here, 80% fall, 300% increase and so on. But I will just see sometime back how it was. Okay, I'm just going to be showing you how it was when prior to this move. This is the move which happened, right? Now the fall is happening big and everything. So what did I say now? Are they going for the day's low? Are they going for the day's low? It is done now. You guys are learning everything. So please be noting all these points because these are the things which I would expect you to note in the future. Every time the RSI goes here, you're getting a small bounce. And then they are making sure that, Shiva, since you have told that like an every hour we needed to make a new low, we will show them also how the new low is getting done. On a trend day, this is how it is being done. Okay, so keep a track of it. Now a low is done. They're just like in making sure all those parameters fulfill. And most importantly, it is falling with the volume, which is a clear sign this particular market is breaking down. Okay, this particular market is breaking down. Now, I just wanted you to show some time. The move happened here, correct? Look at this. If you look at between 9:15 to 9:30, first I will show you 9:15 to 9:30. Just see what is the percentage here. This today, yes. This is only for that particular time since it is not giving you from the previous day. Okay, I got it. What I will do is this is okay. I think the best way is I'll show you this itself. So what I would ideally wanted to show you is if you'd have looked at the data during 9:15 to 9:30, the percentage of fall would be somewhere around 70 or 60. And then this side it was around 200 to 250 odd percent. Then due to RSI, this percentage came down to 150 odd levels. Now it is again back to 390 to 400 odd percent, which is clearly suggesting due to the early morning pressure, the market is already oversold. Do not try to get in. Okay. Wait for the market to give you a bounce and then see whether other data is also giving you the clue for you to make money. Now the data is slowly but steadily giving me the clue. This is ideally I wanted it. If it is going to be getting stuck in a particular range, please be careful. The market has a potential to do a reversal. And one more thing to note, whenever there is an event which is happening based on the news, wait for the news to fully play out. As I said, what is the news today? Over the weekend, there was an HDFC con call wherein the HDFC management clearly said for the next 1-2 quarters, we will be having a lot of pressure on our margins and so on due to the mergers. And that is going to be putting a pressure on the profit margins. When that news is coming in, the like in people who are holding the stocks and others, they're large players, they will say holding this particular stock for the next 1-2 quarters is not going to make sense. We will start to sell. So how we will know whether they are going to be selling it more or not? Don't go by initial news which is happening. I'll just show you the HDFC chart, then you will get to know what I'm talking about. So this is your HDFC chart. Just see this. This is like an initial gap down because of the news flow. After the news flow, for some reason, the news getting digested and then the market is moving up and then filling the gap, then moving up. That means the move market has said, Shiva, I think we are just going to be ignoring it. We are going to be moving ahead. We know what is going to be happening with HDFC and we are happy with whatever that it gives. But in spite of the news, after that, if someone is keep on selling it, how do I know that someone is keep on selling it? Look at this. It is already trading below the RSI of more than 20, and then it is still like playing around in that particular territory. That means it is clearly suggesting someone is literally wanted to exit whatever the holding that they have in HDFC. They are not even waiting for the RSI to come back. This is a clear major weakness which you can expect in a particular stock. Even after an hour of trading, still the market is not even going above the RSI. Is a major negative news for me. How do I know that it is negative? You can clearly see the OI is jumping, price has been falling. Clearly price fall, short build up. That means someone is literally building up heavy shorts on this counter, expecting this stock to fall further and further. This is not only for going to be for intraday. I think positionally the stock is going to make some lows. Now, this is a day chart of HDFC Bank. What I'm going to be doing is I'll just show you a line. This is the line wherein the market has been previously like taking a support and then moving it higher. This happened in the month of March. Can you see this? So there was a breakout happening. Okay, there was a couple of resistance and then it breakout happened. On the way down, this level was a support and then the market moved to 1700. Now, after quite a move above the 1750 odd marks, they are coming towards the territory. Once this particular territory is given up, all your like in the moves, whatever that was getting defended, everything will get down, and then you will look for a next immediate support somewhere around $1,200 levels. This is how you would look for the days high in the top. You can expect that to be happening. As of now, HDFC Bank is clearly suggesting, Shiva, I'm going to be on a big downward wicket. Please be careful. The only thing which I will needed to be careful about is whether the RSI is bouncing above that level, and if it is, then that will be good. And every rise towards the super trend and then the WMA and the VWAP, you can expect some kind of a selling pressure to be coming in. Okay, so HDFC is the biggest index heavyweight, and you can clearly see the fall happening. So when I move into the market mover feature, I'll explain you this. This is going to be a very interesting one. This is also giving you a confirmation. It is making a 9-day low, open and high, plus a short build-up. It's a perfect combination for every rise to be sold as an index player or a stock player. Now, coming back to the OI Spurts data, now we know where exactly as a buyer should be, where exactly as a seller should be. There are few things which I will give you as a tip. Okay, there are few things which I will give you as a tip, which will give you an enhanced edge. What are those tips? When I see a long build-up happening in the OTM strike, just note it down. I'll just put it here. When I see long build-up happening in OTM strike with more than that 50% requirement, okay, price and then the OI, both having more than 50-50. Then see ATM and ITM strikes. Both will be having a short covering, heavy short covering. Can you see this now? These are all in the money strikes. 46,000, 45,900, 46,100, 46,200. Ignore this one. This is 49,000. They are using it as a hedge. Okay, so ignore this strike. Now, all these strikes, all are in the money strikes. All of them are having more than 50% fall in their OI. In terms of the price, it has all been moved 300%. When you see this, plus OTM strikes gaining massively, that is a sign wherein you can expect a trend day to be followed. So ideally, Shiva, like, and how will you be able to identify whether it is going to be a trend day or not? This is how I normally identify. Okay, only thing which is missing today on a trend day is usually on a trend day, you will get to see the volumes also happening by morning itself. When I say morning itself, you will see continuous red bars from 9:15 to 9:30, or by 10 o'clock itself, you will start to see two or three large candles with 50K volume, considering it's on the downside. If it is on the upside, you will see green candle. If it is on the downside, you will see red candle. But as of now, we are not getting to see that. That is the only disadvantage. Why that is a disadvantage? The reason is the answer lies in the option premium tab. The premium tab is already suggesting, Shiva, the put side, the premiums are already massive. Put side, the premiums are already massive. That's the reason no one is coming in and putting in heavy quantity to take this market lower. So, as a trader, your eyes should not be there in only one particular area. Your eyes should be there everywhere to monitor this. Earlier, I used to only follow one or two things and then lose out why the market was suddenly reversing. I'm giving you all the synopsis here so that it gives you in future why the market, in spite of all this, the market is not falling with volume. The falling in volume will also happen only when you have a discount. Imagine today. Imagine today, instead of the call side, if the put side is trading in a discount, that will be the massive, massive boost for us. Why? Because the market is already weak. The premiums are already available in discount. Sorry, the PE are already available in discount. We can purchase it and it is going to be getting rewarded big. It is contra which has been happening. That's the reason we are not seeing the volume of flow happening. Ideally, imagine this is a good 50K bar. The second one should have been a 50K, but unfortunately, they are making a small reversal. Why they needed to do this? They needed to adjust the premium to make that move. They needed to adjust the premium to make it move. Guys, slowly you will get to know why it is. Say, for example, I will just put you in a simple solution to understand the premium and discount concept. If you're selling a product, okay, you are a seller. If you are selling a product and you know in future you needed to buy that product back, guys, always think from a seller's perspective. I'll just explain you for some of them who are still not sure about this premium discount concept. I'll just use tomato as an example. Cost of producing 1 kg of tomato is 100 rupees. Cost of producing 1 kg. When I say that, you needed to like and seed it and then water it, and then you needed to put fertilizer, and then you needed to do all the things, and you needed to wait the time period for the tomatoes to grow up and then like and ripen, and then you might be able to pluck it from the plant and then you can bring it to the market. To do all that, the cost of doing it is around 100. But you know, there is not much demand for the tomato particular season. So what you're trying to do is, at least you needed to make some money, right? So you're selling it at 80 as an initial seller. Now, as a buyer, I'm buying it because I'm expecting this tomato to go to 100 rupees and I will be able to do it. But unfortunately, tomato has a like in a period wherein it is a perishable product and it will perish. What will happen after a week? If you're buying a tomato after a week, since it is a perishable product, it is going to be completely of a no use. Similarly, what you will try to do? As the time goes near to the expiry, you will try to sell it. But will you be able to sell it at the cost? No. You will what you will try to do? You will at least sell it to the 70. Another guy will sell it at 60. So this is how the selling pressure which will be happening on tomato. Though the cost is around 60, 100 rupees, every day the product losing its value and it will keep on going lower. Now, as a fresh seller, if I'm coming on board, will I be able to sell it at 60? When I know to produce this product, it will require 100 rupees. Will you go and produce a 60 rupee product? Will you sell it at 60? No way. When I know if I needed to plant and then like in water and then like in ripen and everything, it'll cost me 100 rupees. Why would I sell that product at 60? And you know already in the market it is getting sold at 60 rupees. As a like in a vegetable cultivator, will you do that? No way. Instead, what you will do? On the other side, there is like another one which is happening. Sorry. Onion is available. The cost of producing the onions is only around 60 rupees. But it is already selling it at 160. What you will do if you're instead of selling a tomato, will you sell an onion? Will you go and plant an onion and then you will sell that, right? Why you will sell the onion here? Because 160 minus 60, you will get 100 rupee profit here. But if I do on tomato, I will stare at a minus 40 rupee loss. Correct? That's the reason in today's scenario, a guy who's selling a call may not make money. Okay, guy who's selling a call may not make money. Guy who's selling a put may make money. But the only challenge here is, here they do not know the weather conditions. What will happen if there is a weather condition changes? All of a sudden, okay, there is plenty of rain. All your tomato plantations, everything will get spoiled. There will not be much tomato left in the market. Suddenly, the tomato prices from 60, it will go to 140. Correct? It is all created based on the demand. Correct? Similarly, this can happen. Onions which is getting sold at 160, why it is getting sold at 160? Only very few sellers are selling it. What happens if everybody is selling the onions at 140, 130 and 120? The prices will come down drastically. Suddenly you will see the onions also trading at 100 rupees. That is how this will premium chart will show. But as of now, why the puts are getting in a demand? The puts are getting in a demand because there are not much sellers available and buyers are ready to buy the product at any cost. Are you able to understand the demand and supply now? When a product is in a demand, then automatically people will be ready to buy it at any price. That's exactly happening now. But after a while, if the market is not falling, what will happen to the put buyers? The market was supposed to fall. That's the reason that I'm buying a put. If the market is not falling, what will happen to the put prices? Whatever the price. Now, I'll just show you that example. Just give me a second. I'll show you an example. Now imagine this is the high of this particular strike, which is 45,800. Can you see what has happened? It went higher. The OI from here, almost 31 lakhs, has come down to almost 19 lakhs now. What has happened? In between, the price has moved from 200 to 347. It's spiked. Now there is someone who would have bought it at 347. Now it is currently trading at 320 odd levels. Already is standing at a loss of 27 rupees. So what will happen to the buyer who would have bought it at 347 if the price is going to be keep on falling? The guy who would have bought it here is smart, he would have made money. But if you would have bought it here, if the price is going to be keep on falling, there is no fresh buying coming in because the OI is continuously falling. No fresh sellers are coming in because the OI is not getting added. Only when the OI is going up, we know the sellers are creating the position. If the OI is coming down, sellers are not creating the position. That means there is not going to be any demand. Okay. So this is how normally a price and the OI both will come down. So who typically is going to lose here? A buyer who bought it here, he would have sold it at a better price. A buyer who bought it at 347, he is now getting stuck. He is now getting stuck. Okay. So now this is going to be a challenge. Can you see what is happening with the chart now? After the move, what are they trying to do now? Are they making a move towards the high? So initially, whatever the premium which you are getting to see, all those premiums are getting done. Now, typically, if I wanted to enter something which was trading at 347, am I buying it at 347? No. I am buying near to the resistance area wherein I am expecting some kind of a resistance and then come back. So now I am buying something on the put side. So we bought somewhere around 305, 306. Now, if you go and look at this chart, slowly but steadily, the premiums will start to fall. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using every opportunity heading towards that zone to sell it more. So till which level are you going to be selling it? I will sell it here, here, and here. These are the zones wherein I'm going to be using that opportunity to sell. Guys, I can't give you much example. So now what are they planning to do? Why the market is moving higher? Can anyone say why the market is moving higher? What is the intention now? When the market is not falling with volume, what is their intention will be now? Adjusting the premiums. Absolutely. That's exactly the goal that they will be trying to do. Now, as they are adjusting the goal, we also would love to see the call premiums like and slowly, which is there in the discounts, should be coming in the premiums. At least that will give me some kind of an comfort. Okay. Slowly, this premiums, if you see that, sometime back it was around 140, 150. Now it has come to 123. I would love to see more and more premiums eroding faster. So here, still the two candle theory has not played out. I'm only playing based on other parameters. What are the other parameters? The market is in a bearish range, plus all the indicators are still above. Most importantly, the trending OI is giving me a perfect clue that this market is absolutely falling. And the most, look at this, it has been falling bigger. and you can clearly see the OA on the call side has significantly gone higher. All these are giving me a clue that this market is going to be giving me a reward. So with around like in 480 quantities, which we have bought, I was trying to buy more as it is going here. Don't try to put all your quantities here because you needed some money to be there, right? This is the area. But if you're already getting something, a smart money of 4,000 or 5,000, then try to trail it. Okay, I'm just looking for it to cross that like in a 320 odd mark if it is possible. Then we will try to do that. If not, if it is going to be going again lower, we will try to get ready to add some positions. I don't know how many of you have not even looked at this like in a premium concepts earlier. How many of you have not even see this? Plenty. I hope every day you guys are getting to learn something new in the concepts, right? So now one more thing to watch. What is the time at which it made a low? It is around, this is the candle, right? Okay. 10:24. So by which time they needed to make another low? Around 11:20 to 11:30, correct? By 11:30, usually you will get to see another low getting done on the Bank Nifty. If that is done, then this is going to be ideally a trending day. So on trending day, Shiva, like in how long they will be keep on going? Okay. So usually every 1 hour, and then they will keep up going up to like in 1:30 to 2. Okay, that is how the trending day does happen. Okay, many people ask me, Shiva, like why this 30 minutes or 1 hour where they needed to make a new low? Why is that? Why is that? I'll just give you again another one. Okay. Imagine there are several players who will be coming into the market every day. Okay. Player A, he comes with 10,000 crore. Player B, I'm only talking about big ones, okay? 5,000 crore. Player A who is playing a bearish game. Player B is playing a bullish game in the market today. So ideally what they will do, in the opening minutes, around 9:15, each of them will deploy around, this guy will deploy around 1,500 crore and this guy will deploy around 1,000 crore. So why they are deploying that much? They are expecting the prices to like and go in their direction and they are going to be deploying that. Now, so whatever the positions which we have taken, it is already giving us around 12K profit, 18K profit. So 346, 345. What is the level at which we bought? Around 311 odd rupees. Now it is already at 20 rupees. Is it a good trade? How many of you feel this is a very good trade? Waited, and once our opportunity is there, making it fully count. And it got done. Though it is like, and I'm just showing you how it needed to be. Did we deploy our entire capital? No. We just deployed. How much we deployed? Around 300 rupees odd levels. We deployed it and then we made this much money. Now, what are they trying to do? What is the new low? This is your low. Just keep a tab on this. Okay? By 11:20, we needed this low to be broken. How do they do that? First 9:15, player A deploys 1,500 crores, player B deploys 500 crores. And the market would have moved lower or higher now based on the amount of money that is getting deployed. That means he would have shorted the futures, he would have shorted the stocks, he would have shorted several things, and then trying to take this market. This guy is trying to buy it to push it up. 1,500 crores is in, 1,000 crores is in. 9:30. Okay, 9:30. This guy plays another 1,500 crores. This guy plays around 500 crore. User this AM. 9:15 AM. First 1,500, 1,000 crore. 1,500, 500 crore. How much he has deployed by this time? He has deployed 3,000 crore. This guy has deployed 1,500. Now, there is somewhere, there is a sense which the user A would have got it. What is that which he would have got it? He would have known, okay, the amount of money which I am deploying, this guy is not even pumping in to defend it. Okay, he's not even pumping in to defend it. That means I'm expecting some more in case if this guy is like in a weaker, it is more like in a poker game. Okay, then you will be able to control it. Now, what he will normally try to do is to test his level. He will go and deploy at around 10 a.m. another 2,000 crore because this guy is carrying a lot of money today. Okay, and what this guy will do? I was trying to pump in 1,000 crore, 500 crore, but I'm not able to defend my level. Now this guy is putting in 2,000 crore to take this market lower. I will try to cover my position. I'll try to cover my position. In that scenario, if you'd have, like, what to say, if you'd have been on long, you will be doing a long unwinding, right? That means you were trying to buy it to take the market higher. If it is not moving in your favor, what you will try to do? This guy has been pumping in 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 crore. This guy deployed 1,500 crore and the market is not moving upwards. What he will do? He will cover or lose his position, right? Then, what has happened? Out of his 1,500 crores, he is only be able to cover 500 crores. Remaining 1,000 crores is gone. Remaining 1,000 crores is gone. How will we know that whether the 1,000 crores is gone or not? What is this particular indicator called? Volume weighted average price. Volume weighted average price. Imagine if I am a large player playing in the market, my average would always be the VWAP. My average will always be the VWAP. Do you see the gap between the candle and the VWAP? This is the money which the seller will be taking home from the buyers. This is the money which the seller will be taking home from the buyers. And if the candle is closing here by end of the day, what will be that? This will be the money a buyer will be taking home from the sellers. So today, who is going to be taking home at this current juncture? A buyer is going to take home or seller is going to take home? Seller is going to take home. Now comes the next question. Shiva, why do they needed to make a new low every 1 hour? How will I be able to threaten the opponent player to get out of the market so that I will be able to make more money? If you are an opponent player, if you are going to be keep gaming, like in giving me competition in the market, how will I be chasing you out? What I will do? Around 11 o'clock, this is the fresh entry which I will do. I will deploy another 2,000 crore and you know, by deploying 2,000 crore, this market is going to make another low. Automatically, you will start to cover your remaining positions, whatever that you have. That is a fear that is getting created by a large player to make the other player exit the market. Are you able to now get my point? This is how typically why a new low is getting created every hour. When you are a call seller, that means he sell and PE buy? Absolutely yes. Gopal, check your audio on your end. Everything is working fine. Guys, are you all with me now? Understood? This is how typically Large players keep pumping in the money. Guys, the market is not going to be driven by you or me. It is driven by the large players, and they carry in, like, when I say large player, there will be plenty. Okay, one player, it's going to be like this. Imagine me and 4 5 are large players. We all will say, typically today, I think I have bought around 2,000, you have bought around 5,000. We will try to take this market lower. There will be another gang which will be operating. That gang will say, somehow we needed to take this market higher. Have you guys seen in the past, the market will be falling from 9:15 to 2:30, 9:15 to 2:30, around 2:45 to 3:30, the market will bounce and then close it near to the VWAP. How many of you have seen that? Most of the times, the market will tend to move towards the VWAP during the course of the day. Can you see this particular day? The market went above the VWAP, but typically it went and closed near to the VWAP, and only in the last 1 hour or so it just broken. Why it is? Why it is? It is because this guy wanted to take a control and he knows what is going to be there in store for the next day. Okay, there are days wherein you will get to know what is in store for the next day by the last 30 minutes action. Someone from the large player side, they know typically what they wanted to do with. Okay, to benefit the straddle players, 90% of the time you will see the market getting closing near to the VWAP. Okay, that's how the market is designed. Look at this. It went above, but typically there is the last candle close. This is your last candle. This is your VWAP. It went above and then came here. 90% of the time, if it is market is going to be in a narrow range, you will see these guys playing near to that. Okay. So I was explaining you that I will be telling you about the 13th here, right? What is this day? This is 13th. What you are witnessing today is a downward move. What you are witnessing here? It's an upward move. On this particular day, who was having a hold? Player A or player B? Today, player A is trying to take the market lower and he is winning. On this particular day, player B would have been winning big because this guy is having enough funds to take this market higher. And what he's trying to do, can you see this? This was trading, and this is your day's high. Got broken here, and every hour he was trying to make a new low. Sorry, new high. Can you see this? This is how they typically do it. This is how you can identify the trend day. And what is that going to be there on the trend day as well? One more thing. Typically, you will see a gap, a large gap between the VWAP and the candles. And most importantly, the super trend will not get broken till 2 to 30. One interesting thing which happened is they didn't broke the whole day. They didn't break the super trend the whole day. Once the super trend get formed here, somewhere around 10:30, you can see every time they coming near to the super trend, it's getting a difference. Not even at 3 o'clock or 3:30, they were able to break it. That is how a typical trend day will look like. In a month, you might get to see 2 or 3 days. This is what I wanted to show you all. A perfect two candle theory on this particular day. Why? If you'd have gone and looked at the data as well, the 50% OI, 50% price increase, everything happened on the call side. 50% fall, 50% OI increase happened on the put side. Market went higher with volumes typically happening in the morning. Whenever it is happening in the morning, can easily be considered as one of the best days. And using, if you're a positional player, use the first candle low as your stop loss for the whole day. If you're a scalper, use the previous candle low as the stop day. This is not a golden crossover. A typical golden crossover is blue line and green line should have pierced here. Okay, still this is a crossover with the volume because the market is moving higher. But golden crossover is both the blue line and the green line to be piercing together. This is a perfect two candle theory, but I will be showing you more two candle theory. Don't worry about it. I'll be showing you a lot of examples about the two candle theory, how you needed to be trading as well. But as I'm walking through, I wanted to give you all an example how we are doing it and what are the things which we are seeing it. Yes, I will be explaining you the blue line and green line as well now. Don't worry, don't worry. We are just going one step ahead. But is the market is giving you all the clues and signs how you needed to identify it? How many of you are feeling comfortable now? Slowly, why everything making a sense now? Is it all making a sense? It's not going to be like, guys, it's not a big rocket science. But at the end of the day, you just needed to put yourself in a large player to understand how these guys operate the market. It is not you and me who will be able to move the markets. It is these large players who does that, and we just needed to follow them. What is happening now? Huh? What is happening? Are they making a new low? This is at 10:24. What is the time now? By 11 o'clock. What are they trying to do now? Are they making it every hour or every 30 minutes today? And is it happening with the volumes? What the market is teaching you every day? Shiva, since Shiva is teaching you this topic, let me show you with a live example. Is it not showing you that? So now, am I the operator? Many are saying, sir, you're the operator, you're just doing something. No, come on, I don't have that much money. Is the teachings working or not? So, what am I trying to do here? I'm just trying to put myself in their shoes and I'm just reading their mind what they are going to be doing it. It's all about to read their mind and be there on the side where they are expected to move. You just needed to don't think that this is just a red candle and green candle. Put yourself why someone is trying to take this market lower, why there is a gap getting widened, why there is a someone is putting in the money. What will be he will be trying to do it? Typically, that's exactly what you needed to do it. Something which was trading at 340, now it has gone to 407 odd bucks, all in one candle. All in one candle. Now, typically, how many minutes left for this one? Another one more minute left. What is the volume on this one as of now? It is around 33, 34K. How much is the volume that we needed it? On this candle to consider a two candle move, how much candle volume I wanted it? The previous candle has given me more than this one is more than 120. Still, I don't want that. I wanted the candles to be two consecutive ones with more than 50K. I don't know what I did. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So this one, typically it couldn't clear that move, but around 40 or 45 or whatever it is, it was able to be there. But still, this has already given you all the cushions to make sure that this is going to be on a trending day. As of now, all the signs are getting into a trending day. Now, what is your next level? They just needed to break this level. But looking at the way they are doing it, they are literally taking the market lower and lower. Imagine you are just looking at this chart. Imagine this is a two candle theory. Okay, imagine if we are looking at the two candle theory, what would I needed to do now? This is around 116, this is around 40K, this is around like an already at 9 or 10K. I think I don't know, like, no, okay. There is honestly one thing which I'm really bad at is like in this charts. Just give me a minute. These guys are literally showing you what they needed to do, right? Are you able to see it? These guys are literally breaking it through the roof now. Every like in a small move is getting sold. Earlier ICICI was the one who was supporting, Axis was the one, but now everybody is falling now. Will you make a fresh entry at this juncture? Typically, no. Why? The market has fallen and the RSI is already below 20 odd mark. Please be careful. But the one good news is today, if you are getting one retracement towards this territory, I would try to sell it. Earlier they came near, but they didn't come fully towards the super trend. So still, for me, still a super trend trade is very much available. Super trend trade is very much available. And what is the money that this guy is going to be taking it home? And even on daily chart, this is a daily chart. They are almost literally coming near to support territory. Once this particular level is broken, you can expect the market to give away and it can go lower and lower. But at this juncture, please be careful because of the RSI. On the other hand, what is the VIX is doing now? Today the market is falling. From morning, what is the VIX has been doing? From a low of 10.7 the previous day, slowly the VIX is rising towards 11.3 and so on. Is this bullish or bearish? Bearish? Good. So intraday trend, you got to know that. And you know the daily support is available somewhere around here. And now, typically, we needed to wait for this to give me a bounce for me to do an entry. Ideally, what they are trying to do is they are not giving any kind of a move for the players who are going to be expecting a trending day and so on. They are typically playing that. Only thing what they are trying to do is covering the short position which is there on the put side. Can you see a massive short covering happening on the put side? And one more thing which I said, how will I be able to know when it is going to be a trending day? Looking at the OI spurts data, if you see a short covering happening in the money and at the money, a major opening happening in the OTM strikes with the long build-up happening there, it will be a typical trend day. Okay, we are not drawing any levels on the VIX chart. It is all the indicators which we have been using. I'll show you the indicators. This is just like in the other day which we shown there. What is the high and the low? That's it. Now, so ideally, what the market will try to do, this is the money as sellers will be able to take home. How much is this average? 45,710 odd levels. Now it is trading at 45,550. He's now sitting on a profit of more than 150 to 200 rupees on every lot he would have sold. Okay, typically you will be making that much money. Now, what is happening with the premiums? Sometime back it was around 123. Now the premiums have come down to 102.12, but still the premiums are higher. Guys, please be careful. Since this market has already fallen more than 500 points or so, due to the premium effect, we may see some kind of a reversal happening just to do the adjustments. Because they know typically selling this calls is not going to be giving them a reward, and selling a put, it is going to be more risky for them. Okay, a seller is in like in a big dilemma today because on the call side, most of the strikes have lost more than 90% value. If I'm going to be selling this, I know I'm not going to be making money much. But if I'm selling this, something which is already like in trading in a premium, I should be able to make money. But the problem is, I do not know till which level these guys are going to take this market lower and lower. That is ideally this market is giving you a clue today. And moreover, whenever you see this kind of an three black rows getting formed and so on, typically the market tends to extend the fall further. Only problem is the RSI. Now, typically, if the RSI is not coming up, I would wait. I would wait. But gradually, even if you're getting another opportunity here to here, I would use that opportunity today to sell it. I will use that opportunity today to sell it. So how will we know the premiums are costly? That's the reason we have given you this tab, right? There is a tab which is available on the, because you may not be able to manually calculate it. We calculate and provide it to you on a real-time basis. Every minute the data gets updated. So you will get to know whether it is trading in a premium or in a discount. Every minute the day tab gets updated. So options premium tab will be showing you that data. If you are able to manually calculate it, then you can. Now, so we have covered almost three, one, two, three, four, the OI strikes at the futures. I will explain you later. Now we will be going into the IV data, followed by that the VWAP, super trend, volume, RSI, parabolic SAR, and WMA. These are the things which we will be seeing. Next is going to be IV data. And you will get to know why IV data is very important for a buyer or a seller and how you needed to play based on that. So, how was the morning session so far? I hope all of you are on the same page in terms of understanding it. Great. Now, we will take a small break and then we will be getting into the IV data. I know, like, and many of you wanted to know what is the VWAP setting, super trend setting, and everything, right? Don't worry, you will be getting to know all of that in the afternoon session. Clear? Next is going to be IV data. This is again going to be very crucial if you're a buyer or a seller. Please come back around 11:35. We will join.